Welcome to Weekly Digest, where we highlight the work of ministers of government as they push the administration's development agenda. Picking up from where we left off last week. On Friday last, 83 prospective scholars from Region 10 submitted their applications to pursue studies through the government's 20,000 online scholarship program. The scholarships are organized jointly by the Ministries of Education and Public Service, offering 85 programs through the Ghana Online Academy of Learning GOAL. During the launch of the program in Kwakwani, 30 persons submitted applications, while 53 submitted theirs during a similar exercise held at the Wutuka Guest House. Public Service Minister the Honourable Sonia Parag said the program is not a gimmick, but a well-planned initiative created by President Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali prior to the 2020 elections.
This was a consultative process and discussions led with youth, with many members in different communities all across Guyana. The President knew at that time that there were gaps to be filled. He knew that what he wanted to see was Guyanese be proud of themselves and be able to achieve or attain a tertiary education.
Minister of Public Works, the Honourable Bishop Juan Edgell, accompanied Minister Parag at the launch and said the scholarship initiative is an excellent avenue to gain higher income through education.
Once we have an educated population, we can graduate from poverty and we can move up among the ranks of developed countries.
As part of the government's plans to modernize the Chedi Jagan International Airport, CJIA, Minister of Public Works, the Honourable Bishop Juan Edgell, commissioned several new state-of-the-art scanners at the airport. During the commissioning ceremony last Saturday, Minister Edgell highlighted that it is the PPPC government's plan to ensure that airport security is at the highest standards.
The government of Guyana, the President, Dr. Irfaan Ali's administration, is taking aviation security, airport security, countering the trafficking of narcotics and other illegal drugs and substances, preventing the passage of explosives and other illegal items through our airport.
These scanners, which cost some $400 million, will be replacing the current decade-old equipment. They will also assist the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit CANU and airport security in identifying those who seek to traffic illegal and illicit items out of Guyana. Senior Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, the Honourable Dr. Ashni Singh, has urged residents of Albion and neighbouring communities to take advantage of scholarship programs being offered through the Ghana Online Academy of Learning GOAL. Minister Singh told a gathering of young people at the Albion Community Development Centre that this initiative is a way of developing their communities.
This is an important national program from the point of view of building a skilled workforce, but we see this as a program that is intended to improve the well-being of individual households. We want each and every one of you to be able to further your education in your chosen area, your chosen field, whatever interests you. We want you to be able to further your education. We want you to be able to uplift and improve your skills so that you can enjoy a better quality of life and so that your family can enjoy better well-being.
Minister Singh said government is working to ensure university education is accessible to everyone. Residents of Number 7 and surrounding communities in the Mahaika-Berbice region will soon benefit from improved healthcare services. Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, the Honourable Nigel Darmlal, made the announcement during a consultation with residents in the village recently.
We intend to upgrade this facility, this mangrove center that we have next door, and we want to convert it into a health center. Right? So that is going to be done this year. in number 7. So finally, we don't have to rush to Fort Wellington or rush to, well, in my time, it used to be the dispensary at Bad Settlement or New Amsterdam Hospital, right? So our NDC will finally get a health center.
Residents were told that the investment is part of the government's unwavering support to citizens across Guyana. Minister Darmlal also committed to continue roadworks within the community through allocations in the 2021 budget. Street lights will also be upgraded. Residents were told that a mini excavator will be made available to alleviate drainage issues within the NDC that spans from number 7 to number 10. The government's Guyana Online Academy of Learning Gold scholarships will be distributed in a non-discriminate manner to the benefit of all eligible citizens. Minister of Education, the Honourable Priya Manikchan, made this known during the rollout of the initiative at the synthetic track and field facility in Region 3.
We are not here to serve PPP supporters alone or to serve the parents of students who are here who voted for us. We are here to serve every single Guyanese, regardless of how you voted, regardless of where you live.
Minister Manikchan encouraged citizens to tap into the initiative to increase their economic prospects and to develop the nation.
We're standing with you and supporting you and giving you the push you need to take you to the next level.
Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, the Honourable Dirat Indar, accompanied Minister Manikchan and urged citizens to put their education first.
This education development program is for every boy and girl who thinks or who are told that you can do better. You can do better, and you can do better with education.
The Ministry of Education is responsible for the management of the online scholarship program, while the Ministry of Public Service is tasked with awarding the scholarships. Meantime, hinterland residents are being urged to utilize the opportunity offered by government through its 20,000 Guyana Online Academy of Learning Gold scholarships. Minister of Housing and Water, the Honourable Colin Crowell, last Sunday encouraged residents of Madhya Region 8 to get registered for the courses, noting that the move will chart a course for Guyana's future. He says the initiative is a promise kept by the PPPC to enhance education nationwide.
And so 9 months into office, led by His Excellency, we are able to today to launch here in Madhya the 20,000 online scholarship program for all of our citizens who will be eligible to apply.
Minister Kroll says for Guyana to reach the level of becoming competitive in the delivery of services, the lives of citizens need to be enhanced, and that could only be done through educational opportunities. Minister of Public Works, the Honourable Bishop Juan Edgell, has urged citizens to get vaccinated against the deadly COVID-19. The minister issued this call during a recent event at the Chetty Jagan International Airport.
Coronavirus, we can stop the spread. Number one, if every one of us and all those who are listening to me get vaccinated. The government of Guyana have made provision for every Guyanese 18 years and older to get vaccinated. And we should dispel the myths that are being circulated in the whisper campaign.
The minister said mild side effects of fever and soreness at the injection site are normal. He implored citizens to fact-check information regarding the side effects of the vaccine before deciding against being inoculated. The government is seeking to have new regulations in place that will guide the operations of local travel agencies. This was underscored by Minister of Public Works, the Honourable Bishop Juan Edgell, during a meeting with travel agents on Monday, following numerous complaints regarding their failure to issue refunds promptly. Minister Edgell said the industry played a critical role in the local economy and therefore there needs to be firm regulations in place.
We want to improve the environment for business development, the ease of doing business. We don't want to put burdens on people, but we want to ensure people are in compliance. So the conversation about the minister making regulations to ensure that we are properly regulated, I don't want it to be a top-down where I sit in my office with some legal people and write regulations and says comply. That must come out of consultations to find out what are the areas that needs to be regulated, what needs to be strengthened, what needs to be changed.
The minister said that the legal architecture under which travel agencies operate is very vague. However, the Sale of Travel Tickets Act empowers the minister to implement regulations as he deems fit. Therefore, consultations will commence shortly between representatives from the ministry, the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, and travel agents regarding specific regulations to be implemented.
But at the end, we'd like to get a document that shows this is an acceptable document or pieces of documents, sets of documents that will facilitate efficiency, clarity, compliance, and adequate regulating of the industry that is agreed upon in a broad-based manner. So we're not going to encourage monopolies. We're not going to encourage elitism. And we're going to keep the door of business open.
Minister Edgell has also issued a call for all travel agencies to regularize themselves in order to participate in those consultations. Agencies that have not yet registered with the ministry have 30 days to do so. Minister of Health, the Honourable Dr. Frank Anthony, has said so far his ministry and the National COVID-19 Task Force have partnered with NGOs, faith-based organisations, private sector companies and other government ministries to encourage citizens to get vaccinated.
We are working with a combination of organizations to be able to effectively roll out the vaccines to as many persons as possible. Again, while we have a network of health centers across the country, persons might feel more comfortable if we go into the community and be able to do those vaccinations. So we have a combination of things that are going on where we have fixed sites, and in addition to those fixed sites, we also have these mobile sites where with other partners, whether faith-based or otherwise, we've been able to go into the communities. In some cases, we have gone to workplaces, and again, the response has been good.
Meanwhile, Minister Anthony says Ghana has a robust COVID-19 immunization program. Speaking to DPI about the recently observed UNICEF's Vaccination Week, Minister Anthony said thus far the country has done well in ensuring the nation's children are up to date with their vaccines.
Generally, with the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, we have seen countries have not been able to maintain their immunization programs, especially in the under fives. However, despite those challenges, we strive to ensure that we are able to immunize most of the children who require their vaccine. And in the latter part of last year, we did a special outreach program where those children that was missed during the year, that we were able to go out and to get to their homes and make sure that they receive their immunization.
Minister Anthony said despite the challenges of COVID-19, government, through the Ministry of Health, has been able to do quite well in terms of traditional vaccination coverage across the country.
All the regions have done exceptionally well. The regions that was in the 90s would be Region 4, where we had 89% coverage for all the antigens that I've mentioned. Region 8 at 80% and Region 10 at 83%. But all the rest, they're all in the 90s, high 90s, so they've done exceedingly well.
Women across the country will soon have access to a number of skills training programs through the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security's Women's Innovation and Investment Network WIN program. The program, which will be launched this week, is intended to give women the skills and guidance needed for them to move from a state of dependency to independence. Minister the Honourable Dr. Vindhya Prasad announced that the program will be taken to communities in every region, with Barometer Region 1 being the first to benefit.
We'll be launching this in Region 1 as of this week in Barometer. So it allows women to not only have access to conventional training opportunities, but non-conventional or unconventional training opportunities. So whether persons are interested in garment construction, or they're interested in ICT, or they're interested in graphic design, video editing, photography, interior design, interior decoration, we're moving to cater for what is happening in our country, what will open up.
Apart from skills training, participants will be provided with startups to launch their own businesses and be guided on how to access grants and loans at the various financial institutions.
The good part of it is all of it is free, and we are also going to equip women with startups, not necessarily financial startups, but let's say we are training them to sew. We will work to give them a sewing machine to start up their business and a few other things, whether it's fabric and whatever they need. And then we are also looking at linking them to funding sources, Small Business Bureau, making that direct connection so that they can get their businesses registered and they can have a guide on how they can access funding.
Director General of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Vishwa Mahadio, says the government is committed to ensuring that the adult population is fully immunized during the ongoing COVID-19 vaccination campaign. Dr. Mahadio made this statement during an outreach to several vaccination sites in the Essequibo Islands, West Demerara Region 3 on Wednesday. He said the government will do everything necessary to make vaccines accessible to the people.
The ministry has taken on the task of, in collaboration with the RDC and in collaboration with the local entities, whether it be a mandir, a masjid, a church, or the NDC councillors, the NDC chairman, the regional councillors, and the MPs in the region, to mobilize in the community, to educate people in the community, and to get them to come and get vaccinated. So not only we are asking them to come to get vaccinated, we also go to them.
Residents of Soesdijk are capitalizing on the administration's Ghana Online Academy of Learning Gold program following a visit on Friday by a minister in the office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for public affairs, the Honourable Kwame McCoy. Close to 100 persons from the area have registered for the scholarships. Minister McCoy met prospective applicants and encouraged them to take advantage of the 20,000 scholarships government is offering over the next 5 years.
Many countries across the world are without such opportunities. And here it is in Guyana. We have chosen this path to be able to use the scholarships to empower educationally our people and socially.
Minister McCoy says the Gold Scholarships Initiative is a promise his party made during the hustings in 2020. He said the government has listed this project as a priority because it empowers Guyanese.
In just a few months into government, though we took over a bankrupt economy and system that was so dilapidated, we were able to very quickly grasp an understanding of the situation, and we were able to use the resources, the little that was left, or the little resources that exist, to fashion programs that are key.
Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, the Honourable Susan Rodriguez, on Friday, said government's move to deliver 20,000 online scholarships to Guyanese demonstrates its manifesto commitment to ensure quality education is equally distributed nationwide. Minister Rodriguez engaged several residents at the Sophia Primary and Seafield Nursery schools respectively, where she promoted some 85 programs being offered through the Ghana Online Academy of Learning goal by 5 international universities.
We are putting, as a government, all of this emphasis, attention, energy, resources, time, from the entire cabinet, because we consider the importance of education and the importance of this scholarship program. We understand the impact it will have on our population and on our country.
Minister Rodriguez said there is no excuse for not taking advantage of the scholarships since it allows for persons who do not have CSEC and CAPE certificates to benefit from the Bachelor's Preparatory Program. Minister of Education, the Honourable Priyan Manikchan, has urged Contracting Service International Airport and Supplies to give government value for money and stick to their deadlines. Friday afternoon, the Education Minister witnessed the signing of the contract between the Contracting Service and Permanent Secretary Mr. Alfred King on behalf of the Ministry of Education for the expansion of the Northwest Secondary School.
As you know, one of our promises is to develop and enhance our offerings at the technical vocational level. And that sounds all well, nice and well, but we can't enhance anything if we don't have the facilities in place. And so this program here, an $832 million US program, $1,000 US program, is going to allow us to offer to the people of the Northwest District, those students at Mabaruma, the ability to be able to become more employable, to get more skills, to develop themselves through the usage of this facility.
Speaking of the many delayed and unfinished projects the PPPC government encountered upon coming into office, Minister Manikchan implored the contractor to keep his part of the agreement.
That brings me to the issue that we've had to face repeatedly, and it's a serious and vexing issue. And I'm not speaking to this contractor alone, but I am speaking to this contractor today. But to contractors who will engage with the Ministry of Education. It is not because we like to quarrel or I like to be a perfectionist that we ask for quality work delivered in a timely manner. It is because if you don't give us that, you're robbing children and students and people of what we promised them we'd be able to deliver. I want to urge this particular contractor, International Import and Supplies, if you want this contract fair and square, give us our worth fair and square.
The contract sum of $166.5 million Ghana dollars has been secured through the Caribbean Development Bank. Minister Manikchan said the project is aimed at improving government's capacity to deliver technical vocational education and training TVET programs equitably across the sector. Minister of Health, the Honourable Dr. Frank Anthony, says Ghana will receive its third shipment of the Sputnik V vaccine this week for the strengthening the country's fight against COVID-19. Ghana is also expecting an additional 38,000 doses of vaccines through the COVAX facility, which is working to ensure fair and equitable access to vaccines worldwide.
Next week, we are expecting a shipment of vaccines, ones that we bought. So we're expecting more Sputnik V to come in next week. We are also expecting, if all goes well, another shipment of vaccines from COVAX, but we are awaiting the final date for that. For Sputnik V, we are looking at about 60,000 doses, and for the COVAX, we're looking at 38,000 doses.
Ghana received its first consignment of 25,000 doses of the Sputnik V vaccine from Russia on April 2nd, 2021. This was followed by another shipment of 30,000 doses on April 12. These shipments are part of the 200,000 doses the government purchased from the government of Russia. In an earlier interview, Minister Anthony indicated that the 2-dose vaccine would be shipped to Ghana at an interval of 3 weeks between first and second doses. Residents of Bartica Region 7 and surrounding communities on Friday welcomed the government of Guyana's 20,000 online scholarship initiative, which was officially launched in the Kuni-Mazaruni region. Minister of Public Service, the Honourable Sonia Parag, led the outreach to the region at the St. John the Baptist Primary School. She said the government recognizes that with the country moving forward, the education of its citizens has also become necessary.
The 20,000 online scholarship initiative. This is an initiative that was born from His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, and this was so that while our country is developing, that our people as individuals would also benefit from that development.
Meanwhile, Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance, the Honourable Gail Teixeira, said the programme will be taken to every region.
Our country now is positioned in a very special place. And we have to be able to develop a skilled people. Over the next 5 years, we have to build the capacity as Guyanese to take on many of these jobs.
Minister of Public Works, the Honourable Bishop Juan Edgell, has said the government's 20,000 Ghana Online Academy of Learning Gold Scholarships programme will give Guyanese a second chance at education. During a community outreach at the North Rhineveld Secondary School, Minister Edgell said the program, which offers a wide range of courses, is open to all citizens.
This provides second chance opportunities. This process also caters for people at different levels. There are courses that you could pursue where you could start with no certificate at all. All of us have great potential. All of us are filled with great possibilities. All we need to do is to get that opportunity. We call it in the ghetto, all I need is a break. All I need is a break, boy. Once I get a break, well, I'm here to tell you, South Georgetown, the break you've been looking for has arrived by way of this 20,000 online scholarship program.
The 20,000 online scholarships program was well received, with many of the applicants commending the initiative. That's it for this edition of Weekly Digest. For these and other government-related information, do log on to our website dpi.gov.gy and our social media platforms as well. Goodbye.